Hey guys, Jay Spark from Triumph Tutoring here, going through our positives and negatives worksheet. Going to go through some solutions for you today. Now, a couple things with the positives and negatives. So a lot of people find this confusing because you try and remember patterns or rules for positives and negatives rather than go on the more practical level of what does it actually look like if I look at what positives and negatives are. So for instance, this first question here says 4 plus negative 3. What is that? And this plus negative business is just quite painful when you look at it and you're trying to remember, what formula works with this kind of question. What's plus minus? Is it minus or is it plus? How does that all work? Let's take a step back from that for a second and imagine ourselves standing on a number line. So in the middle of this number line, we have 0. Over this side, we have our positive numbers. Over this side, we have our negative numbers. So if we take our first number to be our starting position, we have 4, all right, which is, let's say it's somewhere up here, 4. Now we're standing on the number line here. This is us. This plus tells us that we look towards the positive end of the number line, so we're looking this way. And then negative 3 says we take 3 steps back. So we're looking in the positive directions, and negative 3, we take 3 steps backwards. So 1, 2, 3, and we end up back here at 1. So 4 plus negative 3 is the same as 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1. Let's try this one. So once again, minus 2 plus 5. We get our number line. Positives on this end, negatives on this end. 0 in the middle. Minus 2 plus 5. So this first number is our starting position, minus 2, somewhere down here. Here we are standing at minus 2. Now we have plus 5, so positive direction, and then this is a positive 5, so we take 5 steps towards the positive end of the number line, which means 1, 2, we're at 0, and then 1, 2, 3, our final answer is 3. So minus 2 plus 5 equals 3. Here's a more tricky one, minus 4 minus negative 7. Once again, 0, positive end, negative end. Our starting position is minus 4. Here we are standing here. Minus 4. Minus, which means we face towards the negative end of the number line. Negative 7, so we've got minus, so we're facing this way. Negative 7. Now I take 7 steps backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I end up at 0. 1, 2, 3. I finish at 3. So minus 4 minus negative 7 equals positive 3. Now, timesing negatives and positives is fairly easy. So a positive times a positive, there's going to be a positive, and a negative times a negative, the two negatives cancel each other out, and we end up with a positive also, which means that anything else is going to equal negative. So a positive times a negative equals a negative. So we already know that this is going to be a negative number, and 4 times 3 normally would be 12, which means that 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Now down here, I used an example like this before. Negative times a negative, we know that's going to be a positive number. So we've got negative 2 times negative 5. Well, what's 2 times 5 normally? 10, and we know because of the 2 negatives, it's going to be a positive number. So negative 2 times negative 5 equals positive 10. Here's where it might feel like it's getting a little more tricky, but we use the same rules for multiplication as we do for division of negative numbers. So I've got 12 divided by negative 6. Now normally 12 divided by 6 is 2, positive 2, but because we have 12 divided by negative 6, our answer is negative 2. Because we have one positive and one negative. Going back to some of the questions we had before, another number line question. We have 6 minus negative 2. So here's a fun one. Draw our line out again. Here's 0, positive end, negative end. 6 is our starting position. Now this is a positive 6. We're standing here. And minus negative 2. So minus says we're facing this direction. We're facing the negative end of the number line. And we're going to take 2 steps backwards. So 1, 2, we end up at positive 8. So 6 minus negative 2 is the same as 6 plus 2, equaling 8. Our last one here, minus 11 minus 23. Nice big number line here. Positive end, negative end, 0. All right, we're starting at negative 11. So let's say that's here. Here we are, standing at negative 11. Minus 23. So it says face the negative direction and take 23 steps. So we're going to take 23 steps this way, which is going to leave us at minus 11 minus 23 equals negative 34. And there you have it, the solutions for the positives and negatives worksheet.